this is Bosslady Shruti, and today I have one of the most asked questions that I get all the time. Anytime that people, I meet, I tell them what I do, the first thing they ask me,
so, what is a good foundation that I can use? Can you tell me? Like, my skin type is so and so. So, what kind of foundation? Like, I use this.
And I always get this question. So I thought, since it is that time of the year wherein we do go out, people who don't wear makeup also try and experiment with makeup at this time, I thought this would be the right time to share my top foundations for oily skin. I have oily, acne prone skin. I have a huge pimple bursting out of its pits right now over here. So these foundations have been tried and tested for a very long time by me, and they definitely have the boss lady stamp of approval. So yes, without any further ado, let's get on with the video. The first foundation that I have is this Chambor foundation. The one that I have is completely rugged out. I think this is practically even over. This Chambor foundation, I have it in the color 02 Ocher. I remember this is not a new launch or anything of that sort. This is actually a very old foundation. I don't even know if this is still available. But the reason why I wanted to include this is because of the finish. If you like a really matte, like soaked in kind of a finish, this is your foundation. This has got a very moussey texture. I love the fact that it controls your oiliness, keeps you matte all day. You do feel like you're taking out a lot when you do take this out, but because it's that mousse kind of consistency, it blends in really well on your face, and it is my go-to foundation whenever I want like a really matte face, especially for daytime wear, because I think this looks beautiful if you're like going for a brunch, shopping, day out with your friends, so you're oil-free, sweat-free and fuss-free throughout the day. I freaking love this stuff. So the second one that I have is this Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. I'm in the color 400 or 400 bronze. This is a very good option for people who don't like a very thick consistency on their face. This has a much lighter, more liquidy consistency, but it is still pretty decent in its coverage. Again, I would say that this is a very good foundation for day wear. For night wear, especially me, I would like to go in that has a little more higher coverage and will like kind of enhance and cover everything and camouflage everything out. But I feel for day wear, this is beautiful, sits amazingly on the skin, has a very satin finish. This, I won't say has a complete matte finish like my Chambor one. So this, I still feel a little oily throughout the day, but the good thing about this is that it doesn't like make your skin look very cakey. So if you like something which is a little more light in texture and still keeps you oil free and fuss free throughout the day, this is your option to go to. So the next foundation I have is this Loreal Infallible 24-hour foundation. This is, I think, made for oily skin. I'm in the color 250 Radiant Sand. I love this stuff. This is really high coverage. You really don't need a second layer of this at all. Once this goes on, it stays put. The only thing with this though, I would say, is that it does oxidize. I'm not very sure if it will oxidize on everybody, but on me, it definitely does oxidize. So this color is obviously way lighter to my skin tone, as you can tell. Like, obviously this is very light, but I think it was a good decision for me to take this color because, like I said, it oxidizes and then becomes like a color that kind of matches my skin tone. So that is something that you have to keep in mind when you are using this foundation. But it has a beautiful finish. This is definitely really matte. It's not like a satin finish or a semi-matte finish. No, it is not kidding when it says it's a matte finish. And its longevity, are you kidding me right now? This does not budge. Like after a 6 to 8 hours of rigorous activity, like I'll be out and about throughout the day. I would have gone for meetings or a few castings or something of that sort, and this stays put on my face. I think this retails for about 1200 or something like that, and Nykaa always has some of the other sale going on, so you definitely get it for much lesser. So keep lookout for discounts and stuff like that. So I think it's at a decent price point too. So definitely check this out if you are in the market for something that will not fail you. The next one is this Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. I'm in the color 322 Warm Honey. I really like this foundation because you know the days that I really want high coverage but I maybe don't want to look too matte, that is the days that I reach out for this. It doesn't oxidize on my skin or anything of that sort like the L'Oreal one does, so that is also an added plus. You kind of don't have to guess your shade and stuff like that. The only thing that I'm disappointed about it is in the packaging because it doesn't come with a pump, so you kind of go a little overboard when you're trying to get the product out of the bottle. But as a foundation, I think it is a brilliant choice for anybody on the budget. It retails for about 525 rupees if I'm not wrong. It is a very good purchase for that price point. I really love Maybelline for their mascaras because they make the most amazing mascaras that I've used, and with the Fit Me foundation I feel Maybelline totally upped the ante. I think it released in India this year somewhere in summer or something like that. So I have definitely been very impressed by Maybelline since the time I've used this. I also have the Maybelline concealer. I think it does a fab job, and like I said, this is very good option for anybody who's on the budget. I know that they have a lot more colors like in the US, but sadly they don't have all of the colors here in India. But I have to say that they have like 4 or 5 colors which do cater more to the Indian skin tone than anybody else. Like I've seen Lakme come out with just like 3 colors in their foundations. I mean, like, come on, we are not just 3 skin tones. That really bugs me when, you know, brands do, you know, product launches which have only like 3 shades. But the good thing with Maybelline, actually I feel that brands nowadays are even listening to what we want and are coming out with more shades in the Indian shade range that, you know, we all of us are. We are brown and proud, so we should celebrate that. And Maybelline, I think, kind of took that and incorporated it in their launch with Fit Me and launched quite a few shades. Also, good thing about the L'Oreal foundation is that L'Oreal always has multiple shades to choose from. That is why, be it L'Oreal True Match or L'Oreal Infallible, I love these both foundations because they come in such a variety of shade range and it's very easy for you to pick your color. The next 2 foundations that I have are definitely high-end foundations. These are not at all budget friendly, but they give me the most beautiful finish, and whenever I'm feeling a little fancy, when I have some event to go to or anything of that sort, these are the foundations that I typically reach out to. So the next one that I have is this L'Oreal Teint the Idol Ultra 24-Hour Foundation. This is what it looks like. I'm in the color 05. I freaking love this stuff. This is one foundation which definitely lasts like what feels like a million years. I remember when I was shooting for a very long time, like continuously for about 12-14 hours, the makeup artist used this on me, and that is when I fell in love with this. And after that I went and I bought myself a bottle, because when she used it on me, I was like, my skin looks so radiant. What is this? So every makeup artist has her own kit, so I've kind of been a MAC snob up until then, and I was like,
no, can you just use this one? This is my kit. Can you
like I was being a little like that. But when she used this on me, I was like, can I like just be in this phase for the rest of my life? Because this is like brilliant. Love. So I fell in love with her and everything that she used that day. So she used this on me that day, and it was such a change. I'm so glad that she kind of introduced me to this foundation. This foundation is, like I said, and my ideal or my go-to when I want to dress up a little fancy, go for an event, or be like really dressy. It doesn't cake up on your face, which I love. You can layer it on like maybe once or twice and it will not give you a very cakey feeling. Like, it mixes really well with other foundations and transfers its, you know, finish onto that foundation. I don't know, it's just beautiful. It lasts very long on my skin. It, like it claims, it is supposed to be a 24-hour wear. I personally haven't worn a foundation for 24 hours. I cannot vouch for that claim if a foundation lasts for 24 hours, but definitely it has lasted on me for a good 14 to 16 hours at a stretch without much of touch-ups and stuff like that. So, and even at the end of the day, I was not looking too cakey or too powdery, and my skin felt like skin. It didn't feel like all tired and stretched out or anything of that sort. That is why I love this Lancome foundation. It is a little pricey. It retails for some 3,000 something. I'm not very sure because I got it a while back. Also, the good thing with high-end foundations is that you will definitely get your color. It is very easy to get color matched with a high-end foundation. They usually have multiple shades, 6 to 8 shades in every counter that I've been to. And Lancome also has a good variety of skincare range and all of that. And if you go to a Lancome counter, they take care of you really well. They kind of give you like a few samples of things so that you can try it out and then see what you like so that you can purchase the full-size bottle then later. So that is what I really appreciate about them also, and that is why I think when I do purchase a Lancome product, I kind of am assured that it's going to work for me. And now, addressing the elephant in the room, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. I have compared every foundation of mine to this. Like, I'll pick up a foundation, I'll use it, and I'm like,
yeah, but does it compare to this one?
I guess not. So, like I said, for the longest time, I was like this. I'm not really so much of a MAC snob when it comes to anything else. Like, for example, I don't think MAC makes the best kajals, or even I don't think MAC makes very good mascaras for the price point. Like, I feel a Maybelline mascara does as good or even a better job than some of the mascaras that MAC has. So that I understand very properly, that a brand might not make every product to be amazing. But especially for skin, I would always trust MAC to kind of give me what I want. Also, back in the days, I'm saying back in the days, like at least a few years back, before drugstore brands came out with multiple shades and stuff like that, MAC or these high-end brands were the only brands that had other colors. Like, it was very difficult. I am a brown skin girl. I do not like wearing something which is going to make me look ghostly or whitely or anything of that sort. I'm not trying to lighten my skin through foundation. So, especially for me and my mom, both of us would really struggle if we went to like a Revlon, Acne, those counters to get a foundation for our skin tone. My mom has got more chocolate tones in her skin tone than me. So, it used to always be a task. So whenever I would go to MAC, I would know that yes, at least I would get color matched properly, because they would have all the colors that probably would match me. That is the only reason why I trusted so much of my instincts with MAC. So that is why it is kind of continued, and I would be like, does this compare to this one? If not, bye-bye. So, coming to actually how the foundation wears, I don't really have to tell you this. Every second person on this earth has tried this foundation. If not, you need to go out there, you need to get it. I know it's expensive, but spend your dollar on something that is good. Trust me. I think this is one of the most beautiful finishes that you will get. It is matte. I use this on my face for my engagement because I knew I wanted something which was bulletproof, literally, on my face. This, I have no words. It makes me speechless as to how good this is. With a good primer underneath, it can look like a million bucks. The MAC Studio Fix foundation has been one of my favorite foundations, like, forever now. This is also one of the oldest foundations that I have in my collections, because this is something that I have tried way back when and it has stuck with me. This is kind of like my second or third bottle, I don't even remember. I am in the shade NC42, and this has the mattest of matte. I don't know how many ever times I say matte, I feel it's not enough, because it's as matte as it gets. It's that matte a consistency. I have really oily skin. My T-zone and even my cheeks from time to time get really oily, and the T-zone is where I tend to get the most amount of acne. And once I use this, I realize that I don't get very sweaty, I don't get too oily, and it is kind of my go-to foundation when I know that this is going to work for me and I'm going to look flawless. This definitely makes your skin look like your porcelain, and it will cover everything that you ever had on your face. I don't think sometimes you even need concealer underneath this. Like, otherwise, whenever I would wear foundation, I might need to build it up, go in with a second layer or anything like that. But with this foundation, I don't think that I ever need to go in with a second layer, because it's so potent and so matte and so high coverage that it has the Boss Lady stamp of approval right there. So yeah, those are my top favorite foundations for oily acne prone skin. Please leave a comment down below telling me which is your favorite foundation, or if you have any new recommendations for me to try out which you think are your holy grail. Please let me know. I would love to read them in the comments down below. And subscribe to my channel if you like more videos like this. I make new videos on beauty, fashion, lifestyle, travel and all that good stuff. Also, don't forget to hit that ring bell beside the subscribe button so that you're notified every time I make a video. And yeah, like I always say, keep it bossy.